everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And I moved my meat and I lost my seat, is how the saying goes. So I had to grab a different chair, and Bigger Tigger is pleasantly happy sitting right next to me on my chair that I normally sit on, you guys. So in case you wanted a little Bigger Tigger, so you see how he just nestled down in there? So we've been away and we just got back. We were in San Diego for the wedding. So I have 4 seat cushions underneath me. Otherwise I'll be like on the floor. So we got back later last night around 8 o'clock, and the kittens were very, very happy for us to be home. So much so that Tigger just wants to be right by me, I guess. He kind of looked up at me and said, "Mom, like, it's time to play with me. You shouldn't be doing a live right now." So I don't know where he was all morning. Well, I could have been giving him love while I was working at the computer, but here we are with Bigger Tigger. Honey is floating around. She's obsessed with looking out the window of the front living room for something that I think is imaginary, but she is very intent on watching it. And Hunky Doodle is around somewhere. So I might be doing this a little bit until I get situated with it, but that's what we do for our kittens and our pets and our dogs and our anything, right? Any kind of pet we have, we let them be more comfortable than us, and that's just how it goes. So, yay, yay, yay. All right, so it feels like forever since I've been with you guys, and that is because I left on Wednesday, and Kelly did class for Pumpkin with you on Thursday, and hopefully she did a great job. I haven't heard otherwise. So if you missed it, she did the Nest of Winter Paper Pumpkin. I don't have any left, you guys. There's nothing back there. I could have easily had about 10 more of them, and that would have been something that would have been great to help out more people, but I only had so many, and they were gone already last week, Tuesday, I think. So that's how it goes. And then Gina was live with you guys, I think today's Monday, so she was live Sunday, and then she was live again this morning at 9 doing class. So you hopefully had some creative content if you were looking for some that they could help you out. But I will say hi really quick. Hi, Angelique. Yay. There's Linda from Manitoba, Canada. Yay. Hi, Mary Novak. There's Susan and Sue and Donna. Hi. There's Mary. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Randy. And Gwen's here from Hawaii. Yay. Hi, Sandy Coy Emery. Hi, Rose Garibaldi. There's Connie. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Maria. There's Jeannie and Debbie. Hi, Julie Bierschbach from Florida. I've been thinking about you. Hopefully, you've been enjoying your time away. We miss you here. Hi, Gwen. There's Gwen. She says, "Hello, sweet Bigger Tigger." Yes, he is large and in charge here. He takes up the whole seat. I was going to try to sneak it, and I thought, no, I'll just let him be comfortable. There's Karen. Hello. Hi, Holly. Hi, Linda Kester. So, yay, the gang's coming in. So, good stuff, you guys. The wedding went really well, and I'll be honest, I didn't take many pictures. In fact, I felt really bad because I really only took a couple pictures while we were there. I'm hoping that they share pictures somewhere along the way. So Carrie, who got married, I've known her since high school, and this was her first marriage, and Todd's first marriage as well. She met Todd back in 2012, so they've been together for 12 years. And last weekend, Friday, was the day they got married. And so Tyler and I went out, and it was really great to be together with all of her friends and family. A lot of people came over from everywhere, all over the world. I'll be honest with you, all over the place. People came in, and it was super cool to be among all the people that care about them the most. So I'm going to try to like scoot my chair closer like that. And then I'll show you. I did take a picture on Thursday night. I was so happy. So this is Carrie and Todd. And then these are all the friends that I've gotten to meet through the years. Every time I would go out to visit, Carrie would introduce me to her friends, and we became a big remote friends group, which was super awesome. And then another exciting thing that happened while I was away is Gwen Simmons, one of my Gwens. So there's Gwen Goda, there's Gwen Petrashek, and there's Gwen Simmons. Those are my 3 Gwens that I have. Gwen Simmons reached out to me and said, "Hey, I know you're on vacation, but would you like to get together while you're here? I'd love to meet you." And so Gwen, oh, he's just rearranging. He's just rearranging. So Gwen Simmons reached out to us and we got together with her, which was super awesome. So I got to meet, put a face to a name is how we like to say it. And I did take a picture. I felt bad. I didn't get a picture of Carrie in her wedding dress with me, but I got a picture with Carrie. So yay. Very cool. So it was fun. It was great to get away. There's Gwen Simmons. Yeah, hello, hello. And there's nothing wrong with living in the moment. Exactly. So, right? But all through the years, I have been always that person that I love to take pictures because I love to look back and see. It helps me remember. Taking pictures helps me remember. So yeah, but Gwen took lots of pictures and she shared them with me when we were together. It was really cool. We got to go to Stone Brewery and hang out and have a good lunch and had tried some beers. And then we had lots of fish tacos and tacos in general while we were out in San Diego, which is really good. We do love tacos. And then the wedding was on Friday. You couldn't have asked for better weather. San Diego has the best weather. It was really nice during the day, and then it cools off a little bit at night. But it was awesome, nice dinner and dancing and all the good stuff. And she brought in all the stuff to make our old fashions from Wisconsin, and very good. So then Saturday was a beach day, and I will tell you, it was awesome. They didn't mean for the wedding to be on Friday, but it ended up being Friday because Saturday was booked. And it was nice having a Friday wedding though, because we could hang out on Saturday and have the big thing behind us. And then on Saturday, they had a beach day and a bonfire in the evening and more tacos for Saturday night. And then on Sunday, it was the butt crack of dawn, and we were up and at the airport, and our flight left at 6 o'clock a.m. So I think we had to be up at 3:30 after not getting to bed till 1:30. So it was a late night, and I slept on the plane all the way home, you guys. Got home, and if you guys don't know me, like, yes, I should have like unpacked my bags and got situated, but all my helpers had been working on stuff while I was away. So there was piles and piles and piles and lots of boxes of stuff that came in. And so I started to line up what we're working on for kidding this week is almost all of November. So I just couldn't help myself, but I started laying out everything so that I knew where we were at before I went to bed on, hey, do we need more of this or do we need this? And so I could reach out to helpers and get those last few things ready so that we're going to start tomorrow. So back into the thing, back into the swing of things. A lot of people said I needed to get away and think about, or I should say rewind or not rewind, recharge. I don't know, recharge the battery. So it was really good. And I'll be honest, I really tried to stay off email as much as I could. So if you emailed me for the first time ever, you would have received not an own office, but I have an automated message that's set up on my email right now. So Brandy Old Fashioned Sweet, that's right, me too. I love them. They're really good, especially with the cherries that you marinate in brandy, and then you mush those and muddle those in with the orange. So that was really good. Again, now you got me thinking about an old fashioned. I love it, Mary. So back to the emails though. I really tried to stay off of them, and I will start to work through them again this week now. Between tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I'll try to work on emails. But you did receive, hopefully, it wasn't an out of office. It was just, hey, thanks for reaching out. I did receive your email. Because after I go, or when I go away, I don't always have time to reply right away. And then people will email me twice and sometimes 3 times. And then I'll have 3 emails in my inbox. And so I thought by creating this automated message that said your message has been received, you'll know that I did receive it. It came into my inbox, and when I can, I will reply to it. Now, I just realized, though, I have 2 email addresses, and I didn't put the automated one on my Christine@cardsbycrispy.com. So we'll have to see once if it got sent to those as well. So I don't know. Well, we're learning. It's all good. So yeah, Debbie. So Debbie got it. Yeah. So I'll be honest. I did set that up on my chrismbircham@msn.com email address, because that is where I reply to people via. I reply for that one. I have Christine@cardsbycrispy.com for my business, but I forward that one to the MSN. So for anybody this would be a good test. If somebody emailed me to Christine@cardsbycrispy.com, I'm curious if you would have gotten that out of that automated message. I'm almost thinking now that you might not have. So I'm wondering how many my Cards by Crispy email got. Oh man, that email address probably got inundated, but whatever. We're learning, right? We're learning. Like, I just tried. That's all I did, is I tried to let you guys know I got your emails. So we'll be working on them. We have the showcase at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So it is currently 1:13. So we're going to make a card together, and we have a recipe. And I was looking through what I had. I'm way ahead. I have 3 recipe cards from people. I have Jenny Knutson, which we're going to do Jenny's today. I have Sandy Coy Emery. And Sandy, I think we're going to do yours in November. And then Millie Kindle, I have one from Millie. And I was going to do Millie's in December. And then I think Sandy Coy Emery, you also sent me 2 more. And they're in my house somewhere. When we had the Wounded Warrior benefit, I took a pile of stuff and it all got in a box. And I know that's where I think you sent 2 more. So Sandy Coy Emery's on the back burner, that I've got a bunch from her. So if I get anybody else to send theirs in between now and the end of the year, I'd probably have them be January and do one of Sandy's in February, and then hopefully somebody else sends one in, and then I'll like spread Sandy's out. So, but we're stocked. We're locked and loaded for Share, Create, Inspire class for, I'd have to say, through February at the moment, which is great. So how this class works is I got a recipe from a lovely lady, and we've been doing this now, I want to say a year and a half maybe we've been doing this. And what happens is it's kind of like a reverse mystery card night, which, by the way, mystery card night is tonight. So we're going to do this one first. Hi, Tyra. Hi, Maria. Nope, it didn't go to your business one. Okay. All right. So then Maria, I guess if you send it to my Christine at cardsbychrisb.com. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll have to figure that out later. I'll have to do a test of the public broadcast system and see what happens. So we're going to make the card now, and then we'll have the showcase at 3. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll be back live for Mystery Card Night. So you guys got 4 videos today, 1 with Gina and then 3 with me. So you have lots of stuff to watch for people that need more to watch. Or if you're waiting for stuff to watch, here you go, 4 today. And then I'll be back live again with you guys on Wednesday night for Ink, Paper, Scissors, which is cool. And that just made me realize Diane has Ink, Paper, Scissors tomorrow night in here. And this is a hot mess. So, all right. So Share, Create, Inspire is my time to be on the fly, more or less, with a card. And we're going to use the recipe that Jenny gave us. Now, I have it on my to-do list, and I wrote this to-do list while I was on an airplane, because that's what I do on the airplane, as I map out things, and I work in my book if I can, and try to I think of things. And so on my to-do list is to photograph the recipe card from Jenny. And then also after class, we'll look at Jenny's card, and then we're going to look at we'll have my card, and so I'll photograph those, and Kelly will be back in tomorrow, and Kelly can then photograph them, and we'll share them, and we'll get it all situated so that you guys have the recipe card for making them at home. Hi, Becky. So I am busy today. Yes, Holly. I figured that we were going to get all the lives done today, because then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, happy days, we'll be kidding. And I know that once we get into this kidding mode, it's really hard to kind of switch gears. So there's no designing this week. It's a kidding week and replying to emails week. That is what is on my forecast. So let me drop down, and I'm going to share with you. Jenny sent me a little card with her Share, Create, Inspire card. And it says, inspired by you. And it was that little crafting with a little basket with crafts in it. And so she sent me this. And I did get this, Jenny, which is awesome. I will hold this up. So Sherry Martin didn't get any acknowledgement. So that's a good point then. I think, Sherry, you must have, I got your emails. So Sherry, I got 2 emails from you. I did see them come in. And what happens is if I'm correct in assuming this, you emailed Christine at cardsbychrisb.com. And then that got forwarded to me, and you didn't get the response because I didn't set it up on my Cards by Christine one. So if you could confirm that, that will help me do my test of the public broadcasting system. All right, so I'm going to hold this up. If you guys are watching and you want to make the card with me right now, and you like to have a picture to look at, here is what you can do a screenshot of. So she's got on here the measurements on this first, so measurements and supplies. And then when we flip it over, and again, if you don't get a picture of this right now, I will be photographing this right after class or right after the showcase, but I'll be photographing it, and I will also be including it in the event on my website. It'll be in the email that I send out thanking everybody for watching, and it's also going to be on the Facebook event. And then there's this last little bit here. So this is what we're going to be working off this morning. I love it. She even made a copy of it so that it was the same paper. So that's what we got. and I wanted to share the card. And then when the time comes, we will open this up. And then for next month too, you guys, I'm going to work a little bit ahead. I have the card here for Sandy, so I can photograph this. And I have for Millie, so I have these so I can get them photographed already. But I'll share those in the future. For now, we're going to focus on this. And I don't always share stuff when it comes in. I am so busy working on stuff that I don't think about that. But there is a whole bunch of new online exclusive stuff that just came into the catalog. And I thought we're going to use some of that today for class. So I am going to share some things. And right now, if you're a demonstrator, discount shopper, or hobbyist, somebody who is with Stampin' Up! That has a demo ID number, you can order from the pre-order, which goes for about another week. And so you can get these materials or these products in your starter kit, or you can get them early before anybody else. So I just got this, and it was waiting for me when I got back, because I didn't get it ordered right away, but I did get it, and I didn't do expedited shipping. But I thought, I'm going to share all this stuff with you. And then we're going to pick something to work with for our card today. And I have it in mind. I think I want to use the new otter set. So, hi, Sarah Mitchell from beautiful North Carolina. Hi, Mary Schreiber. You sent it to the MSN. Well, that's interesting, Sherry. Well, that doesn't complete my test of the public broadcasting system. Is it in your spam folder by chance? Because if you sent it to your MSN, it would have been automated to send back to you. All right, so we're going to show you guys some stuff. And this is all part of the new online exclusives. They have some new gift bag combo pack. So these little miniature gift bags. I was thinking about using the otters today. So this is a new stamp set with dies. And I thought that will be great for what we're going to use today. There's a new one here called Cake Celebrations. There's a set called Umbrella Days. And all of them have the dies that go with. Here's a new embossing folder. I thought, it's called Modern Herringbone. And I think there's embossing on this card, so we're going to maybe use that today. This one's called Hearts of Elegance. Hi, Barbara Gabi. Hi, Mary Ellen Ryan. We're using, we have Hearts of Elegance, so it's a nice little happy Valentine's Day. Now, I love the font on this, and sending lots of love and love you. My heart belongs to you. It's a little mushy, right? Unless you really have your heart belonging to somebody, then it's very specific. But the rest of them are very universal, and I love the font on them. So it's a great little Valentine's Day set. There's one called Pretty Petals. So it looks like two-step where you stamp your flowers and your leaves, and they kind of fill in and make a floral arrangement. And then there's one called Happy Hibiscus, which looks like this. And the reason I'm kind of showing these things to you is because I also need a little guidance. It's wasabi. Wasabi. Sherry, I don't know what you meant. Okay. So also with the otters, there's this really pretty cording. And I showed it off last week with the sled card that I made. We had it holding the skates, which is super cool. And then there are some hearts. There's some gold twine like this. And there's some new brushed silver and gold specialty paper. You know what? I hate opening like that, actually, because the tape gets gooey everywhere. So I just generally go, I'm not going to cut myself, I promise. I'm going to open it like that. And let's see what this looks like. It's not in your spam. Okay. So there's silver and gold, and it's brushed. Well, Sherry, I'm not quite certain then. You might be an anomaly here. Hi, Sharon Davis. Because I know Debbie Gass got hers, so that's good. Now, the otter paper. I think we're going to focus on the otter paper. So I'm going to move all of this stuff out. But just to show you, if anybody wants to join my team, or if you have somebody else that you work with and you want to join somebody's team, just know that right now there is a really good starter kit special. It's $155 worth of product for $99 plus tax, and there is no shipping on there. So for us here in Fond du Lac, it's about $104.45, or let's say $105 to get signed up. And it's just because of October, they have a sign up special. So you could pick any of these things to be in your starter kit, and then you could also place your first demonstrator order, and you get 20% off your first order. So just anybody's looking for information on that, I do have a spot on my website at cardsbycrispy.com under Join My Team. It has all the information about what it's all about for joining and what you need to do and all the good stuff. So you have till October 31st, which is Thursday, Halloween, at midnight Mountain Time to get joined if you want to take advantage of the starter kit special. So with that being said, I also want to say I had Glenda join my team, and so I'm so excited. So Glenda, so this is what I have my new team members. I've got my little bumper stickers, and so Glenda's gonna get the little bumper sticker here. I have my cute little magnet, and then I've got a welcome to the team card for Glenda. So yay, Glenda, I'm so excited. That happened while I was in San Diego, and I haven't even had a chance to reach out to Miss Glenda to let her know I saw it. So super cool. All right, we're going to talk about, hi Carol Helms from South Carolina. We're gonna talk about the otters, and we're gonna look through the instructions. There's one thing that I didn't grab though, it's the gems. So let's grab the gemsies. There are these new gems called Riverside Irregular Pearls. And hi Sue Thomas, and this is part of the Otter Suite. So I'm sitting back on my 4 seat cushions again. So I wanted to show you guys the product because I do need some input. I'm open to suggestions and ideas on what to use for the 2 upcoming classes that I have not picked product for. One is Game Night, which is also Lucky Hand. So I do in-person version is Lucky Hand, and the online version is Game Night. It's the first week in December. In the past, I've always done Christmas cards. So I think one of them was penguins. We've used the snowmen. There was an ornament set, through the years past. So I'm looking for ideas on what set to use for that. Now, if you're going to message me right now to try to read it, I'll have to try to remember that. But you're always welcome to email me, text me, Facebook message me, and just say, hey, this would be a good game night set. And help me get ideas, because I got to start thinking about designing those, not this week, but next week. And then the other one is the otters. I was thinking about using otters for the quarterly order-based class, which we're going to be doing the first week in January. So as I'm working with the otters, everybody's going to get a 1 6x6 sheet of the DSP. And so I think that the otters would make for a great order-based class, because you get a little subset of the DSP and all the cards will be otter-based. And there is a piece in here that has the otter. So I was gonna look at the paper. Oh, that's really shiny. Let's put that down here. So here's one side, and then it's got little fish swimming around. And then here's this one, which has the seaweed and the fish on the back. And then this one, for those scrapbook lovers out there, this would be a cool spread for your 12 by 12 page. And that's the back. It has little pebbles and rocks. And then here are your little dudes and dudettes swimming around. He's so adorable. That one right there is the one I like. I think I just want to give him a little belly rub. So we have to figure it out how it would work. But the other side is blue water, which is super cool. And then here's one like this. And so how we figure it out that, what we generally do is Karen Wetstein helps me out. We usually cut the paper like this, and then we divide it so that it would work. So I'm really thinking that this would be a great quarterly order-based class, but then I would still need something for game night. This one is super cool, right? And then on the back, you've got more watery look. So that's what I was thinking for the quarterly order-based class. So if you are on the fence, or if you're thinking that might be good, just let me know. Or if you have something else that could work. But for today, for this specific class, we need a card, and this isn't the card we're doing. That was just a thank you. That was a thank you card that Jenny sent. Hello, lucky me. I took the afternoon off for this class, not knowing that you chose my card. Yay! Super cool. Thank you to Jenny for helping us out this time. And I look forward to making this card of hers, and then also Sandy's and Millie's in the future. Now, that reminds me, and I always like to say this at the beginning of class. You guys, my website here is cardsbycrispy.com, and people say, well, how can I get a recipe card? So what you would do is go to today's date on my calendar, which is the 28th, and you can click on, well, not that one, but hang on, let's try this again. October, there's 3 things for today. I gotta go like this, and so you wanna get to the one that says share, create, inspire, and there's a spot right here that says here, and when you click here, it takes you to a registration form for me to send you the recipe card. I want your recipe on the recipe card. I'm picky. And I have a book that I put these all in, and I love for things to look like all in order, right? So that's how I would send you the recipe card. And that's why I commented that Jenny was so cool. You made a copy of it and added the more instructions behind. So it was perfect. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. So hi Donna, Donna loves the colors. Yes. And Angelique loves the otter sweet. So I think that's what we're leaning for the order-based class. But then I still need to figure out something for game night. So let's look through the recipe card here really quick and see what we need. So there is number one is a card base, 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4.25. So it's going to be a regular vertical portrait style card. Perfect. Coordinating cardstock as a 4 by 5.25 tall. All right. So to me, it's a mat for the outside. Then we have a 3.25 by 4.25 cardstock. That's the same color as the base. So it's a mat. I'm going to fast forward over to number 7 because 7 is the designer paper or pattern paper. That's 3 by 4. So that designer paper is going to get matted onto number 3 here. And it looks like we have a strip that is 3/4 by 3.25. That's the same as the card base. We need a scrap for a label layer. We have a 4 by 5.25 inside. And we also need a white scrap for the outside for a sentiment. And then a lovely label punch or something, fancy dies, ribbon and embellishments. So with what I have in front of me, I know my ribbon, embellishments, and designer paper. So I've got that picked out. And I did pull the herringbone only because it's brand new. And who doesn't love using new things, right? It's so much fun to open things for the first time. And so I thought, let's see if we can make it work to use this in the card. And then with the paper, what I'm envisioning, hi Kari from Colorado, what I'm envisioning is a vertical card that has a mat with the DSP and then some sort of a label strip on it. And if we read ahead a little bit, because they always say you're supposed to read the instructions before making your brownies, right? So, or your Rice Krispie treats or whatever dessert. I remember learning in school that you're supposed to read everything before you start making your cake, right? Or baking your bars or baking your cookies, whatever. So cut, score, fold, and burnish your card base. Perfect, check. Emboss the coordinating cardstock piece. Perfect. So I had read that ahead too. So I think that we'll use our folder. Layer the DSP onto the mat. Check. Attach a 3/4 by 3.25 piece to the DSP layer about a 1/2 inch above the bottom of the DSP matted piece. Okay, I can kind of see that. Adhere the DSP layer to the card base. Flush from the right side, leaving equal on top and bottom. So we're spaced vertically, but then flush on the right. And then stamp a sentiment on a white scrap. Punch or die cut a larger piece from the cardstock that matches your card base. Adhere the pieces together. Attach ribbon behind your sentiment piece and adhere the sentiment layer to the strip. Center with dimensionals, add embellishments. Okay, you guys, I was like, okay, this is what a girl needs right now for an easy, to me, like that was like, I can handle this today. So what though, how can we incorporate otters though? So I know that it has a sentiment strip and not necessarily an otter, but I do have here a set, it says we're cute together. And my sentiment strip is 3/4 tall by 3.25 wide. So I have the lovely label. I guess I never pulled a punch. So I read that there was a punch on here, but I don't know if I pulled one. So I might, instead of using a punch, I just might stamp my sentiment on a skinny strip and put it on. But it has, we're cute together. You're utterly amazing and love you lots. And so the first instinct is, well, I can make this card and give it to Tyler and put otters on it, and he might be like thrilled with that. Or I might just make the card and not give it to him because I put it in my recipe book instead. So I just want to see here what these dies look like. And I want to see if any of them die cut out. Because I was thinking not only could we use the sentiment strip by itself, we could potentially add an otter with it next to it. And there is a die here. There are 3 dies actually, and it looks like they fit the 3 focal images. But what I was really wondering is, does one of them fit this guy right here? Yes. You know what I mean? So we do have this little otter that would be cute, and then we could have the sentiment strip come out from with him. So I hear a kitten. Hi, honey. Hey, baby girl. All right. And then, though, the question is, so this has a little bit of blue around. What? Hi, Squeaks. Come on. What? You're such a little lady. Where's your mousey? Okay, so what one would look really cool? So otters like to swim. So we could, in essence, use this one, but this is more pool party. This is more balmy blue. So maybe not, but this one looks cool with the seaweeds growing up. And so I was thinking, okay, that one while I was looking at it. But there is, okay, there's also gray. That could be a great background. And the other one over here was this pebble. That might look cool. So it's dependent on what designer paper. He could be holding it in his paws. Yes, 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 exactly. Having the sentiment come out. So the question is, picking out the designer paper, and then what happens is you'll build your cardstock with it. So we're going through, like, and this is kind of how mystery card works too. People generally pick out the pattern paper first and then pick out their coordinating cardstock, is what they've told me. So here's another one where he could be sitting in front of this. And again, this is more pool party versus the blue. I'm really leaning towards this one. I just don't want it to be too busy. And then there is also this pattern with the fish like that. So I am going to, okay, so when you've got your designer paper and you're using it for the first time, yes, you could go get that one. But I'm generally drawn to finding one that's along the edge here so that I don't have to cut into my paper. Ooh, I almost cut his nose off. Now, there's also this little dude right here. And how could you utilize that on your card? We could have him be on the inside, swimming onto the page. So what we're gonna do, and I don't believe there's a die for that, but that's okay. We will fussy cut that one. And instead of letting it go to waste, we'll use it on the inside. So for now, I'm gonna grab my die and let's see how good we can get him cut out so we don't have to fussy cut it. So I'll set that off until I get my machine ready, and then we'll save this. And I'm drawn towards this. Now I gotta look at these dies. There's a really cool log in here. That's super cool. There's bubblies. There are rocks and fish, a school of fish. Now, there really should never be a die that small, because who wants to glue that little piece of paper onto your card? But you know what? There's a fish that small, if that gets you going. You've got these. There's actually four. There's a little baby here that has a die. This looks like it could be water, like a wave of water. And then you've got your seaweed. Super cool. Okay, I can see utilizing this really much. I can see it for the order-based class. All right, so I'm gonna look to see what would be pretty to mat on here. So this is pulling out peacock. Maybe the little tiny otter also could be put on. Yes, absolutely. He could be stamped on the inside too. So I'm going to also pull balmy blue. I did not have that out originally, so let me just grab that. So what I like to do when I've got my designer paper is I put my paper behind and I see what looks good for mats, right? So there's that. Now, there's one more color in here. It looks like Old Olive is also in here. So the Old Olive looks nice too. It really pulls out the Old Olive. And so what you'd have to think about is, who are you giving the card to? Maybe the person you're giving this card to, their favorite color is more of a green like that. You would really be good using the Old Olive. Now, I absolutely love peacock. So to me, I'm kind of drawn for the peacock. But we have a 3x4 and we're matting it. So that means that there's going to be another color behind, and that's maybe where the Old Olive could come in, right? So we would have the mat of and then the DSP and the mat, the Old Olive, and then you would have a card base. Whew, tickle. And then here would be the card base. So that is a pattern that you could, or a layout that you could envision. All right, so let's try it again. What we could potentially do is Old Olive, and then that would get put on peacock, and you'd see more peacock. He is on the paper that I cut off. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying now. Here's this. So that's another layout. You could do Old Olive, right? So what, Donna, I think you're talking about is potentially pulling this little guy right here. And I would be, oh, see, and I want to pull, he's right on the bottom over here. So we could put him on the inside. Oh, and I bet that die fits that. So very cool. All right. So thanks, Angelique. All right, okay. So now the question is, do you like that? I almost like that. So Sue Thomas was saying she likes the old olive. Holly said pretty peacock, but that gives us both. Let me just change this up for one moment to see if this makes any difference. This is pool party with it. And with me, pool party also matches. Thank you, Julie. Pool party also matches. And the thing is, though, it's lighter. So you would be going for a little bit lighter of a look. So you could do pool party with the peacock and skip the old olive. So this is more of a watery look. So you would actually have a pool party. So this, you guys, when you're at home designing your own cards, this is what you do. I mean, this is what we do. We pull out our paper and we see it. We visualize it. Hi, Vonda. You were stuck on the phone with the doctor's office. Oh, man. Yes, that happens. I definitely understand that. So there's that. But then there's also one more combination. There's also a balmy blue, which you could also put balmy blue. But balmy blue to me doesn't look as good with the peacock. So all of this is what you're trying to figure out when you're working on cards, right? So I am leaning towards this one. I think I was going to do old olive, peacock with old olive. That's what I was drawn to right there. That's, I think, the layout that hi honey, that I was going to go with. So now that we have that, I think we've got all that figured out. Like that was, so Julie says pretty peacock. I mean, I think either way could work. So let's go ahead and cut these apart so that we can start working on it. So the DSP is 3x4, so that's easy enough. Now the question is, do you cut it at 4 or do you cut it at 3? It all depends on what you think you might use the rest of the paper for. So your call, your decision, but I generally am drawn to cutting the height first. So I'm gonna do 4 inches. Now you could also just wedge it out. So instead of cutting the whole thing, you could cut your 4 inches down till the 3-inch mark. And then you could also go like this and then go down here to the 3-inch mark and notch it out. So that is also an option so that you don't cut all into your paper and you leave most of it whole, and then you could work with it this way or this way. So that's 3x4. Then what we do is we look for scraps next, because if you're like me, you don't want to necessarily cut into the piece of paper, a full sheet of paper. Oh man, look at this. I just pulled this out of the drawer. This is, if I'm not mistaken, 5.5. Okay, here's a base. It's all about the base. No trouble. So sometimes you can get lucky when you go into your scrap drawer and you can find the exact piece that you need. Now, I don't have anything smaller though. So that means we're going to cut a 5.25 by 4. Nope, I did that wrong. See, it needs to be 3.25. So we got 4.25. Sorry guys, I'm cutting, what am I even cutting? I'm cutting the 4.25 by 3.25. Okay, so half of a sheet of paper. We're okay, we're really okay. 4.25 by 3.25. This is our mat, if I remember it correctly. But this is our mat, like that. Yay. And then we're gonna search the drawer for peacock. And let's see if we have one. Oh, here it is. We have a 5.25 and then by 4. All right, so that's nice and easy. Boom, boom. Love it. So far, so good. And she does have on there, we need some scraps for a sentiment and some scraps for labels, all that good stuff. So let's just grab a couple pieces of paper here that we'll need these. So then we want to do a little bit of embossing. You guys are liking the old olive and the peacock. Good. Me too. All right. I think, oh, we need some white. Let's grab a piece here. I've got this one, looks nice. We'll do, and if you really wanted to, you could do your double matting who doesn't love a good double mat on the inside? So if this is altering, this is deviating and going off course a little bit, but that's how we like to roll, because at the end of our time together, you just want to be happy with your card. So instead of having just one 5 1/4 by 4 mat, you could make a second one and use it as a double mat on the inside of your card. So that's what we've got going on like that. And I think that's it for stamping. Do you guys want to see? Look at this kitten. He's passed out. He's passed out with all of our stuff going on here, and he is just passed out. Oh man, he's like, Mom, why do you guys show everybody I'm sleeping? Yeah, he's not supervising really well, you guys. All right, so we have some die cutting. We're gonna die cut this little dude here. Put him on. And then we're going to emboss. And we're gonna see what this new embossing folder looks like, because I haven't used it before, and you saw I took it just out of the packaging. Oh, he's adorbsy. Love it. And then we need to switch gears, move the plates out for cutting, and bring in the embossing. And grab one of the mats, like this. Now we can see what this new embossing folder entails. There's some roping on the sides, and so if I wanted to see if I should center it or not. So I think the plan is to center it in between. And you want to make sure that your paper doesn't move around on you. And that goes through like this. And I want to see what he looks like. Let's move this back here. All right. Gotta get my booster seat back here. All right. Through all that, he still didn't budge. So this is what it looks like. In case anybody was wondering what that new folder looks like. It looks super cool. I like it. I can work with it. And I think there's maybe no reason why we can't get a little glue happy. So let's flip these two over, because the ribbon, for those at home that are making a card along with me or using this, you might just consider about your ribbon before gluing this mat down. But I have a feeling my ribbon's gonna go behind the label for the sentiment instead of behind this layer. So there's that. All right, and then there was an instruction. Follow the instructions on the pin pad. There was an instruction about where to put this, if I remember. Attach to the card, emboss the accordion cardstock piece, attach to the card base, layer the DSP we did, attach the 3/4 DSP layer about a 1/2 inch above the bottom of the DSP. We'll do that in a moment. It says adhere the DSP layer to the card base, flush with the right, hanging side, leaving equal top and bottom. So she said to have it flush here and centered top to bottom. And now I'm gonna pop that up with dimensionals, only because I love to pop. And once you pop, you guys know the saying, you can't stop. I was looking for other dimensionals, but we'll use these wee little ones here. So I'm going to use 9 of them. The little white things keep coming off here. And one more there. Perfect. Let's get these off. And then make sure you're facing the right way and make sure your card's opening the right way. So 2 things, or a thing. Flush here, which if you do it flush here, you keep your peacock layer lined up with your DSP layer. Or if you like the idea of having it flush with the cardstock layer, you could do that too. I do like the idea of flush with the cardstock base. And I'm eyeballing my centering top to bottom. If you need to grab a ruler, you can. But that's what we've got. Now, we've got here this little dude, and he's gonna be hanging out here with our skinny sentiment strip. And I think we want to use We're Cute together, but there's actually not two of them. If we were using the pair here, then that would make sense, but he's by himself. So maybe we're gonna use Love You Lots. Love You Long Time. All right, Love You Lots. How much is that honey in the window? All right, we're gonna use Peacock, and let's just stamp it and see what it looks like, how big that is. Oh, sometimes too, what I'll do is I'll measure the height of it, and that is about 1/2 of an inch. So knowing that it's 1/2 of an inch, then I might make my label be 5/8 of an inch. Just a little bit bigger. And we'll just cut it at 3 for right now. And see what that does. And now she has, Jenny, sorry, I know she's probably like, you're not using the punch, but I don't even know if I have, I'd have to go look for the punch. So, and I might just go do that really quick. I'll look to see if there's a punch, but this will probably work too. I'm gonna stamp it right there. And I did not condition my stamp beforehand, which in this case might be a good idea to do. There are little bubbles. It's a brand new stamp set. You guys saw it. It just was hot out of the box. And if you get stamps that don't stamp so good when you first get them, you might consider conditioning them. And what do you do to condition them? I take my ink eraser. You could take your pearl adhesive or your pearl eraser too, but I take my ink eraser and I gently scuff up the raised image of the stamp like this. Gently, not too much pressure. And then I go and clean it off because there's little particles all over the place. And yes, the particles went in there, but when I go to wash my chamois, I'll make sure to clean it really good. And I'm gonna do a before and after here. So now we're gonna flip this over. I can already see that there aren't as many bubbles. Now let's see if you guys can see this difference. That's really shiny. Hang on, let's get that over there. So let's see if you can see the difference. That was after I did my eraser. Let's see over here maybe. Okay. So that was the after, and that was the before. It's blotchy, and you can kind of see it right through the middle. So that conditioning does wonders, and it really does help for your stamps when you first get them if you need to give them that assist. All right, it'll work, perfect. So we have this little dude. To me, he needs to be on the right because it doesn't make sense to have him there because of the way he's curving. And I'm thinking like that might be cute. I did lose his tail, so I don't maybe want to lose his tail. And what she wrote on her instruction, follow the instructions, says layer the, attach the 3/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch piece to the DSP layer about 1/2 inch above the bottom of the DSP. So what Jenny has in my mind is that she has it towards the bottom and not at the top or in the middle. I'm having this feeling that it's along the bottom here, and I'm liking something like that. Like, that's cute to me. And the other thing though she has is a 3/4 by 3 1/4 inch wide strip, the same color as the card base. So she added in another element to it. So our card base is old olive, and she's got that, and then adhering the sentiment on, stamp a sentiment on the white scrap and punch out or die cut it out. And then this goes, that matches your card base, adhere both pieces together, and then having ribbon behind here. So we can't forget about our ribbon. So what I was thinking of doing was like maybe just weaving some ribbon back and forth. And I am trying to decide if I like the angled look over here on the end. And then we could add some of our gems, and then we just need to do our inside, and we're getting there. It's cute. He's so cute. It makes it sharper. It sure does, Sharon. So what I was thinking of doing here is using my scissors and cutting this at an angle like that. And that still fits. I'm glad I stamped it where I did, with something like that, so it angles it that way. And then she has old olive as an extra scrap, which I have one right here. And she has 3/4 by 3 1/4. Let's just see what that looks like. So 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, which is, she said, gluing it down here, right? So it acts as an extra thing of stability, right? There. So it adds a little bit of structure for this to be on. So that's good. We'll do it. We'll go with it. And then we got to just figure out gluing stuff. So this thing we're going to glue, I'm going to glue it flat. So a little bit of glue through that. This would make a great mystery card night too. Great mystery card. And then this one, we're going to pop these up with dimensional, which I don't see any white ones. So let me just check my drawer. Oh, here, I have found some. We can cut these. Get these onto our label. I'll make sure I get the right side, right? Okay. That one. That, and one more here. I'm going to be very careful because I want to make sure. I might just consider using a non-committal dot and securing my otter to the label, because I know I wanted to look something like that. And then when I put this on here, you can get a feel for where it needs to go. Perfect. So that was good. And then we don't need to pop up where the label is, but we can pop up everywhere else. Let's grab a couple more. His little tail can get popped up in by his head. And then we still have that non-committal dot there. And he's got a little bit of help needed on the side here. So we'll pop a dimensional there. All right, he's adorable. Okay, he's cutesy patootsy. Oh, we forgot ribbon. Oh man. All right, one moment, please. We can fix that. It's okay. I gotta have ribbon. It's all right. It's all right. So it's called, now we're performing surgery. This is called card surgery. Remember, he goes like this. He was down here. So do you guys ever forget that ribbon at the end? All right. So how the ribbon's going to work. We need tear and tape. We're just going to do a little rat's nest is what I was thinking in my head. It's going to go across here. So you could do different things. You could do loopy things, but I thought taking this, we're just going to go like this. A little loop this way and a little loop that way. And you can keep it simple like that, or you can keep going. We'll go like that. Okay. Now it's guessing again where to put that, but not guessing because it was right about there. And have the ribbon come up. Have his tail go through the ribbon. How about that? No, he's caught up. We don't want him caught. There. All good in the hood, right? Can work. All right, we managed to get our ribbon on, and then we need some gemsies. With this, the peacock look really cool, but the peacock ones will get lost. So there are some iridescent opal-y ones, and then there are more gray ones, and pick whichever. But I was thinking that the gray would look good because it matches him better. They kind of turn into brown. And the other one could go, sometimes gems can be the hardest part for a card, I'll tell you. And I think we're going to use a small one, and we could put that. It fell. Nope, it's right there. Perfect. We'll put it right there. There's a little bit of white space in here. Okay. We got it. Now, what could you Stella? You could definitely Stella your dude. We'll do his middle area. There we go. And his little feetsies. Guys, You could also do the edging here just to highlight that. This is a very stellarific pen. Wow. Angelique, wow. All right, so that's what we have on the outside. I think that's pretty buttoned up and nice. Nice. Inside, we talked about this little dude. And I wonder if there was a die for that guy. I don't think so, but oh, there was. Look at this action. Oh, he's going the wrong way. It's the otter swimming, but he's swimming the other way. So back to plan A. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, back in the days of our ancestors when all we had were scissors and no die cutting machines. All right. Now, question, you cut off his little whiskers or do you leave them on? I feel like we need to leave them on so he knows what direction he needs to go swimming. Perfect. And he could be, we can angle him just a little bit different so that he's swimming like that. And we have a baby. It's a baby. And the baby, look at that. Very nice. The die works for the baby. So I'm going to turn around. Let him hold a gem. Oh, yes. Yeah. Do you like that? Is that good? Is that what you're thinking? I think that's good. If you guys tell me different, love the sentiment font. Good, good. Okay. Let me just die cut this momentarily. I'll come right back, but I'm going to cut our little baby. Like that. Don't want to lose it. Ha ha ha. Good for the dies there. And then this kind of stuff though is really hard. You need to tape it down, otherwise it will uncurl and uncurl and uncurl. So you gotta get that tape on there right away. And then for on this one, it has I love you lots. What we can do is you're utterly amazing. And I don't know if we have to condition this one or not, but we will see if it stamps good or not. Good, I'm glad you guys like that. So let's see if it does the same thing. It sure does. If you guys can see the OT and utterly, how it looks bubbly, that's exactly what is going on. So if you don't trust the system quite yet with the whole conditioning of the ink pad, this is another example where you lightly, very lightly, go over the top and then clean it. Do not go stamp in it right away. Yeah, Randy, that was a really good idea. Teamwork makes the dream work. So let's try this again. And put your utterly amazing. Much better. So you can see it's a lot smoother. And there it's very bubbly. Perfect. So conditioning your stamps is a thing. And we can glue this little dude down. Have him hanging out right down here. Let's get this going. And then I almost wanted to see what it looked like up there. But to me, he's like swimming, but is he swimming midair or is he swimming along the bottom of the ocean? Yeah, you guys, that was a super cool idea. I'll put him down here. All right, then let's flip this over. Get rid of the bad inky dinky side. And before we do that though, let's grab, just trim that up. And that can go like this. And then one more gluing here. And put that on your inside. Voila. Oh, he's so cute. All right. I'll zoom in so you guys can get a good look at what we did. Love the assist from Randy with the gem in his hand. That was awesome. You guys learned a little bit about conditioning your stamps, how to layer and put colored cardstock behind mats. Very good. Jenny helped us with that experience today. I love it. And what else did we get to go over? We got to see a bunch of new awesome products that you can get early if you have your demonstrator ID number or get signed up. If you aren't and you want to wait for them to come out, I believe the discussion we had at my team meeting was that they launch on November 5th. Oh, November 5th is when we can order stuff. We also talked last week about these little mini calendars. Now that I'm showing them to you, if you guys need your mini calendars, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll get you on my list to get some. I order them the end of November is when I'll order them. So let me back up a little bit so you guys can see the recipe card next to it. In case anybody wants to get working on a card, this is an awesome layout. And it was really fun to see and use these new things. I can't wait to use these. So when we do this as an order-based class, we'll definitely tie in the log and we'll tie in some of the seaweed and the otters and some of these rocks when we do our design. What wouldn't have chose the set if, there we go. See, gotcha. See, that was a mission accomplished. I wasn't quite certain about using the otters until I was looking through my box and I thought, oh my gosh, you guys, Tigger slept through the entire class. I wouldn't have necessarily used the otters either, but I think it was really fun. I don't know if this embossing folder necessarily matched, but it was fun to use it and see it. If you have an embossing folder with seaweed on it, I think that would be super cool behind here as well for this kind of layout. So are you guys ready to see Jenny's card? That is the $1 million question. So let's pull this out and open up her envelope. Got to use my B letter opener, right? All right, let's zoom back out and see what we got. Oh, very cool. Okay, so now I get what she was. Oh, we're close. Oh, she used Old Olive too. Look at that. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit again. So she used Old Olive. She used some of the lemon paper with the Pretty Petals embossing folder, if I remember that one. And that's what she had with her label punch. Okay, that was the label punch where you could pick a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch. And you put your strip in each side. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I love how she wove her ribbon loop tail, calling that the lamb technique. I love it. See, we did this pretty spot on. And let's see what her inside looks like. Okay. Jenny, we got to stamp something on the inside here. So that I'll look for a lemon and we'll see if we can stamp a lemon in here. And then I save these cards. Like, I don't do anything with these. These go in my book, actually. So, very cool. She's got her 3 gems on here with a little glimmer. I love it. And I loved that yellow ribbon. It was really soft and pliable. So pretty. Good job. Very good. All right. That is this is actually our October edition of Share a Recipe, Create a Card, and Inspire Others. So, do you guys like it? Hopefully, this inspires you in case you need a card for whatever reason. Hopefully, you can see this layout and pull or whip together something really quick so it's effortless that you guys can do that. And here's the recipe card with measurements. Very easy with the 3x4 designer paper with a mat and then the emboss piece. So, very good. Very good. And I'm excited. I love this otter. He's adorable. He's so adorbsy. Okay. So throughout it all, I know I'm sitting lower again, but this is where we are. This one is still sleeping. He has not woken up at all. Right? And he's like, Mom, now I'm pretending. Oh, aren't you the most cute kitten around? Oh, Mom, let me sleep. Oh, man. Okay. Life is rough for this kitten. Very, very rough. But in case you guys didn't join me in the beginning, Bigger Chigger stole my seat here. Big yawn. Oh, man. He's like, did you guys see that? He was trying to yawn again, but he didn't quite get the second one out. Oh, poor little baby. So anyways, I moved my meet and I lost my seat early on. So we have it's just 2 o'clock now. At 3 o'clock, we are going to be live for the showcase. So I'm going to use the next half hour or so to pull all my stuff together and have everything ready for all the card classes that we are going to go over. Hi, Connie Moore. And yeah, so I'll be back for the showcase. We'll go over everything during the showcase, and then that will probably take a couple hours. That'll take us right to 5 o'clock, and then I'll be live again at 6 doing mystery card night, which Jolene has all the clues written. I'm going to work on printing them off here so that we're ready as well. I'm going to go cut my pieces for that too. So there's lots to do. And yeah, so if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. If you want to send me some correspondence, I might not get back to everybody right away, but just know I am seeing things. So, and Sherry Martin, I did get all yours. I got your emails. So we're good there. Perfect. All right, you guys, I'm not going to keep dilly-dallying. I'm going to sign off and say lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you very soon for the showcase. Love you all. I love you guys, and so does Bigger Tigger. Look at him. It's time for a bath. Oh, man. We'll see if he's still sitting here at 3 o'clock. All right, love you guys. Bye.